Hi, I am Rosa Maria Frade, and this is my final assessment at Intermediate English 2. Today I'm going to talk about environmental problems. Our environment is constantly changing. For this reason, there are environmental problems that only affect a few ecosystems, but others are drastically changing the landscape that we know. Pollution of air, water and soil require millions of years to recover. The industry and motor vehicle are the most important pollutants. There are another materials that affect and contribute to the pollution, like heavy metals, nitrates, plastics, are toxins. Climate change, like global warming, is the result of human practices like emission of greenhouse gases. The global warming consists of rising temperatures of the oceans and the Earth's surface, causing melting of polar ice cap, rising sea levels, and also unnatural natural patterns of precipitation. The population of the planet is reaching unsustainable levels, and resources like water, food, and fuel are shortage. Practice like agriculture to produce food damage the environment. Also, the use of chemical, fertilizer, pesticide, and insecticide. Natural resource depletion is another crucial environmental problem. Fossil fuel combustions result in emission of greenhouse gases, which is responsible for global warming. People actually are taking efforts to use renewable sources of energy like solar, wind, biogas, and geothermal energy. The overconsumption of resources and creation of plastic are creating a global crisis to waste disposal. Especially developed countries are notorious for producing excessive amount of waste that dumping in the ocean. And other things like plastic, fast food, packing, or cheap electronic contribute to this big problem. Climate change is another environmental problem that appeared in the last couple of decades. This is a global warming that is characteristic by the increase of temperature of the atmosphere and only harmful gases by industry. The climate change actually has various harmful effects. For example, the melting of polar ice, the change in seasons, the appearance of new disease, and also the floods and change in overall water scenario. Human activity is leading to the extinction of species and habitats and lose the biodiversity. Ecosystems which took millions of years to perfect are in danger. Balance of natural processes like pollination is crucial to the survival of the ecosystems. Another example is the destruction of coral reefs in the various oceans which support the rich marine life. Our forests are natural sinks of carbon dioxide and produce fresh oxygen, as well as helping regulation temperature and rainfall. At present, forests cover 30% of the land, but every year, tree cover is lost amounting to the country of Panama. Due to growing population, demand for more food, shelter, and cloth. Deforestation simply means clearing of green cover and make the land available for residential, industrial, or commercial purposes. Ocean acidification is a direct impact of excessive production of CO2. 25% of CO2 produced by humans. The ocean acidity has increased by the last 250 years, but by 2100 it may shoot up by 150%. The main impact is on shellfish and plankton in the same way as human osteoporosis. The ozone layer is an invisible layer of protection around the planet that protects us from the sun's harmful rays. Depletion of the crucial ozone layer of the atmosphere is attributed to pollution. When these toxic gases reach the upper atmosphere, they cause a hole in the ozone layer, the biggest of which is above the Antarctic. These toxic gases are banned in many industries and consumer products. Ozone layers is valuable because it prevents harmful UV radiation from reaching the Earth. This is one of the most important current environmental problems. Acid rain occurs to the presence of certain pollutants in the atmosphere. Acid rains can be caused due to the combustion of fossil fuels or erupting volcanoes or rotting vegetation will release sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere. Acid rains is a known environmental problem that can have serious effect on human health, wildlife, and aquatic species. Clean drinking water is becoming a rare commodity. Water is becoming an economic and political issue as the human population fights for this resource. One of the options suggested is using the process of desalination. Industrial development is filling our rivers, seas, and oceans with toxic pollutants, which are the major threat to human health. Urban sprawl refers to migration of population from high-density urban areas to low-density rural areas, which results in a spreading of city over more and more rural land. Urban sprawl results in land degradation, increased traffic, environmental issues, and health issues. The ever-growing demand of land displaces natural environment consisting of flora and fauna instead of being replaced. The current environmental problems pose a lot of risks to health of humans and animals. Dirty water is the biggest health risk of the world and pose threats to the quality of life and public health. Runoff to rivers carries among toxins, chemicals, and disease-carrying organisms. Pollutants cause respiratory disease like asthma and cardiovascular problems. High temperatures encourage the spread of infectious disease like dengue. Genetic modification of food using biotechnology is called genetic engineering. Genetic modification of food results in increased toxins and disease as genes from an allergic plant can transfer to target plant. Genetically modified crops can cause serious environmental problems as an engineering genes may prove toxic to wildlife. I want to share with you some advices to help the environment. Pay attention how to use water. The little things can make a big difference. Every time you turn off the water while you are brushing your teeth, you are doing something good. You might be wasting 200 gallons of water a day. Try drinking tap water instead of bottled water so you aren't wasting all that packaging as well. Wash your clothes in cold water when you can. Another, leave your car at home. If you can stay off the road, you just 2 days a week, you'll reduce greenhouse gas emission by an average of 1,590 pounds per year. Combine your errands. Hit the post office, grocery store, and shoe repair place in one trip. It will save you gas and time. Walk or ride your bike to work, school, and anywhere you can. You can reduce greenhouse gases while burning some calories and improving your health. If you can walk or bike, use mass transit or carpool. Every car not on the road makes a difference. Recycle. You can help reduce pollution just by putting that soda can in a different bin. If you are trying to choose between two products, Pick the one with the less packaging. If an office building of 7,000 workers recycle all of its office paper waste of the year, it would be the equivalent of taking almost 400 cars off the road. Compost. Think about how much trash you make in a year. Reducing the amount of solid waste you produce in a year means taking up less space and landfills, so you tax dollars and work somewhere else. Plus, compost makes a great natural fertilizer. Composting is easier than you think. Change your light bulbs. Compact fluorescent light bulbs last 10 times longer than a standard bulb and use at least 2/3 less energy. If you are shopping for new appliances or even home electronics, look energy products which have EPA and US Department Energy guidelines for energy efficiency. Make your home more energy efficient and save money. Clean your air filter so your system doesn't work over time. Get a programmable thermostat so you aren't wasting energy when you are at home. When you go to bed, reduce the thermostat setting. You won't miss those extra degrees of heat on air conditioning while you are asleep. Maintain your car. Underinflated tires decrease fuel economy by up to 3% and lead to increased pollution and higher greenhouse gas emissions. Underinflation also increases tire wear, so it will save your money in the long run if you are good about checking your tire pressure. Drive smarter. Slow down. Driving 96 kilometers per hour instead of 70 miles per hour on the highway will save you per 6 kilometers per gallon. Accelerating and braking too hard can actually reduce your fuel economy, so take it easy on the brakes and gas pedal. Turn off lights when you are not in the room and unplug appliances when you are not using them. It only takes a second to be environmentally continuous.